Well, good morning, Flosstube. Welcome to Grandma's World. I'm Debbie, and this is Tuesday, August. I have no idea. I count backwards. Saturday's the 3rd, 2nd, 1st, 30th, the 30th. Tuesday the 30th. And I have... This is much darker on the camera than it is in person in my bathroom mirror. I was using the sink earlier this week, turned, and I had not left the door fully closed or fully opened, just open enough that when I turned and started to walk out of the bathroom, I clobbered my forehead on it. So I have this bruise. It is still a little bit tender, and it looks so funny. It's going to be a distraction, but I don't really care to get up and go find concealer and foundation and all that jazz. I just don't care. So, sorry if it distracts. I have decided to, I don't know how to say this. So I've been retired for 5 years. And through all of that time, I have had a very busy, very commitment-laden timetable. If there isn't somewhere to go, and I'm not complaining because a lot of the places that I'm going and getting away from my house are by my choice. They're not. They all are. It's not stuff I have to do, but I do go. And I do things, and then when I get home, I just live in chaos. There are so many chores to do around here, and I get them done, and 2 more pop up. Every homeowner knows that's how it works. And so my retirement, I don't really feel like I'm having much fun at home on my retirement. I have to go away to do it. And that wasn't the plan. I'm very much a homebody, and I very much like to be home doing things. So, again, my hair is all wadded up over here. There. I decided to just set aside Tuesdays as commitment day, where I have made a commitment to myself. So if anybody needs me on a Tuesday, I just say I can't do it on Tuesday. I have a commitment, but it's a commitment to myself, to make sure I get my morning meditation in, to be sure that I get my morning writing in, to be sure that I am just taking care of myself. And the rule is I don't have to do anything I don't want to do. And so I've also coupled it to be my 24-hour fasting day where I don't eat all day. And so that means I'm not going to have a whole lot of, where am I running into? Oh, I'm not going to have a whole lot of energy, physical energy, to get through the day. So I'm doing anything I think would be fun that doesn't require me to go out and dig a big hole somewhere or cut something down. I do still have a water problem, as I have converted my former sprinkler system over to a drip system. The pressure change on the pipes is causing them to do this, and all the old fittings along the system are popping. So I have another one. I have to call Mr. Sprinkler to come out and repair another one, but not today. I don't like making phone calls, and I don't have to do that today because I don't want to. So I decided to come here and do the Flosstube where I talk about my ABCingo board and the projects I'm going to do this next month on the Magazine Monthly Challenge. I'm also trying to cheer myself up. I'm a little bit sad today. I may have mentioned here once or 100 times that I love to go whale watching. I live close enough to the ocean, close enough to harbors where I can get on a boat and go out for a few hours. I budget once a month to go out and see if we can see some whales, and we usually do. We've had a couple of great experiences this summer. We found a mother blue whale, and a blue whale is a truly magnificent animal, the largest creature to ever live on the face of the earth. And it's breathtaking to see them, to watch them move, because they are so huge. They just, a whale will take a breath, and then they just kind of run their body along the top of the water as they go down. And a blue whale, it just keeps coming and coming and coming. A mother and her calf, and they were calling it, the people who know better than I do were saying it was probably newborn. To them, they were calling it a newborn. So that was a thrill. We didn't get very close, and we weren't there very long. She wasn't, we didn't stay very long with her, but it was a thrill to see. And then we had another whale watch where one of the humpback that we were watching kind of in the distance, the captain stops the boat. He doesn't let it move forward. He just lets it idle, and it's a jet boat, so it has water shooting out the back all the time. And this humpback whale came to the boat and was using the water coming out of the back of the boat to clean her baleen. And then when she was all done with that, for an hour, she just kept going around the boat. Or actually, she'd go under the bow and then come up on starboard side, and then go under the stern and come up on port side and kind of hang out there and make noises, and it was really wonderful. We got to enjoy that for an hour. Anyway, the reason I'm sad is that last fall I did a 3-day whale watch trip with a group up in Monterey Bay, California, and got to meet a whale named Fran for the first time. And Fran is one of the most popular whales along the California coast. She's been producing calves for almost 2 decades. And we got to meet Fran, and we got to meet her calf up there. And this week, maybe as soon ago as yesterday, they found her body on the shore, and she'd been hit by they did a necropsy and found out that she'd been hit by a ship. So the whale world in the Eastern Pacific is having a sad day today, and I did not know her as well as my friends who spend a lot of time in Monterey, but it's still a sad thing. I won't be grieving like they are. They're grieving a friend, and I'm just, sad for something that a cetacean person that I met briefly. But I thought this would cheer me up. So I was partway through watching the Mouse Potato design, Felicia. She always inspires me to come and do a floss tube, because she has so much fun with it, although she doesn't do them as often as I would like, but I get it. I totally understand, because it does take time to pull these together. But I said, I got about 10 or 15 minutes into it, saw that it was almost an hour and a half long, and said, I'm going to hold off to that, because this afternoon, when I finish doing this, I'm going to go and sit in my family room over there and stitch. Running a little experiment today. I haven't had a heater in this house for going on 4 years. And I've never had air conditioning, except for a window air conditioner that we had mounted into the wall in the family room, which is right over there. And it died last summer, and I really missed it. Just for safety purposes, we get hot enough, long enough in Southern California you want to have at least one place in the house for your own safety to be able to go and get cooled down. If it gets bad enough. So we've always had this one room that we could chill off, and it would be kind of a safe place to cool off, is all I can say, when it was been really, really hot here. So today it's getting warm, and I turned it on. I said, well, let's see how distracting it is on the video. So I've got it running, and it could be so irritating that when this is all done, I say, I don't even want to post this. But I'm going to go ahead and tape it. All right, so the Magazine Monthly Challenge. This is my chart, my bingo chart. I don't play the bingo game. I don't work to run up bingos, and so I just did it the easy way. I just put it in alphabetical order. What I like is having a little nudge every day. When Carolyn puts up the letter the night before, and I kind of that gives me a nudge to get to working on something. It is my goal this year, just in general, to really put time and focus into 2 projects. The Shores of Hawk Run Hollow and Happy Haunting, which is a Cross Stitcher magazine piece. So that is usually my theme piece. I can always figure out a way to work Happy Haunting into the theme of the month for the magazine monthly challenge. This time, it's Happy Haunting is the first thing on the on my bingo board. And so what I did, I'm not going to go A, B, C, D and show everything. I'm just going to tell you, like, Happy Haunting appears 4 times in this chart. I color coded them. All of the blue, all of this color blue, are Shores of Hawk Run Hollow. And that's my focus for this year. I really am happy with my progress, but I want to be spending more time on it. Wouldn't mind having it finished by next summer. That would be cool. The oranges are Happy Haunting, and then there are 2 that will be starts. I have a new piece on Channel Islands. This is actually a light blue, so it appears twice here, and then a plain white one. I just left it white because I will only be working on it once. Channel Islands I work on 3 times. And then Shore of Freedom, Twin Peak Primitives, I work on 3 times. That's the red. And then this kind of brown is Jingle Bell Cafe, which I work on twice, and I used a gingerbread color for that. So what I'm going to do right now is do the A for Happy Haunting, get that out, and then go do all of the Happy Haunting intros at once, and I'll do the same with Shores of Hawk Run Hollow and so on. So Happy Haunting, this is the magazine piece. Cross Stitcher 2019, I think, is when this came out. Yeah, October 2019. It's here. I'm doing it on a, is it a fabric flare? I got it through, didn't even write it down. It's one of Gavork's pieces, I believe. It's printed on, and it's maple leaves. And I don't know that it's not going to be easy for me to find all of the stuff on it. And I did this for a variety of things on the monthly challenge this year, which is why it's kind of spotty. It has little things done here and things done there. It's because I would do it, like for O, I went down and did the owl. And for another O, somewhere along the line, I went down and did the orange pumpkins. For an R, I think I did the red part of the apples, and then last year for the green, I did the arsenic. I talked about I did it about arsenic. The color emerald green was really popular at the turn of the century, the 18th into the 19th century, and it was made with arsenic, and it made people sick. So they took the arsenic out and had to figure out a different way to make it. But I didn't finish the greens. I don't think I finished them. So that's for A. Oh no, I know what I decided to do. There is a bottle in here with these apples, a bottle on its side with the green stuff in it. So I'm doing the arsenic bottle this year on the A day, and it'll go here in this space. And then I also am doing this for D, for the Dark Night Moon. I want to get up here and work on this moon some more. It's really, so this is the moon. This whole thing here is moon. And it is intimidating me, and I'm not easily intimidated, but it is, and so I'm really going to put some attention with that. So the Dark Night Moon, Happy Haunting, again on the M for moon, I put it in for that. And then for the V, I put it in to finish these pumpkin vines that are down here. The green, they're not all finished. There's more that has to go in here. There is a witch's hat here, but there are a lot more vines growing through here, so I'm going to finish that. So that's the focus for those letters. I bought myself from Starlight Stitching Co. a couple of these so far this season. It's her clutch, and it's really made it easier. I bought, I guess I didn't put it out, one with bumblebees on it, and that's the one I'm using now. I just put this one away for this project. It really is a game changer. It really does help me keep the floss under control, and my needles here, I feel a lot safer with needles. So this was a Teresa Kogut, and she put a cute jack-o'-lantern with a witch's hat on it, or a pilgrim's hat, I guess. It is that. No, it's a witch's hat. So that goes in this one, and that's 4 days on that, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then for the B, I moved to Shores of Hawkrun Hollow. So I know I've explained this before, I'm not going to go into great detail. I'm doing Shores of Hawkrun Hollow as a tribute to the pirate ship Witta. So I made a bag of pirate treasure and put a cute little pirate piece of art on the front. And I have it on here more than any other piece, and I made changes in it. I believe I've already talked for 4 gigabytes. What the heck? So here's what I'm working on now. The top, let me do it this way. Hold the phone. All right, this is what mine's going to look like. I have already finished the top 4 boxes, and I started working on the 6-7 piece here. And I'm this far along. I've got the dolphin done, and I'm working on the ship. I got the anchor done last year for one of the monthly challenges. Just finished the hull of the ship, and I've done some of the sails. I have one more row of sails that needs to go here, and I've been working also on the ocean to try to get that done. So one of the reasons it's on here is to do as much as I can on it, but I don't mind jumping around, and I will be jumping around on this as the prompts come up. And I'm using it on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. So for the B, whenever that shows up, I will be going, okay, let me back, I do have to back up a little bit. This is the original design. I dropped this box and this box. I moved this box down into this space, and then came up with 2 other new boxes to put in. The first, I bought the book for Christmas at Hawkrun Hollow and pulled this piece. So one of the blocks is going to have this piece on it, and I will be doing starting the barn for this piece in this space when I get to the B. the story of the widow takes place over the course of a year, so I wanted to show seasons. So I finished this one up here. I thought looked like spring, summer. Then I will go to this one. To me, strikes me as fall, and then I will do this one as the winter, and then back down here to this house is back to the spring, summer. So that was that one. And then for the E, Shores of Hawk Run Hollow, I'm going to do the lettering in that block that says Peace on Earth, E for Earth. For the F, Shores of Hawk Run Hollow, I'm doing the tree farm. I'll be working back on this block here, or still working on this block. It is a Christmas tree farm, so I'll do more work on that. I'm using it for the K. There is on this piece, there is a key. And I haven't done anything on that piece yet, but I'll just go back to it and stitch in the key that's over here. On Q, I'll go back to the ship and do the sails that have these quilt motifs. Go back over here. I'll be adding these. There are two in here that have quilt motifs on them. For Q, for R, I'm going to go back to this one and do the rocks down here, or work on those rocks. For the Shores of Hawk, back on the Shores of Hawk, for the U, I'm going to go down, and what I did was add, again, I dropped 2 blocks. I am adding in, I bought the Halloween book, Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, and I'm adding this block, the sinking ship with the skulls and the treasure and all that, and it's going to go as the end of this story, because the pirate ship Widow sinks off Cape Cod in Massachusetts. So I'm going to do the underwater, what did I say? The underwater ship. I'm going to get started on the underwater ship here for this one. Here. For S, I guess I skipped that. I will be doing the sails, doing more work on the sails, because I think I can finish this. I think I can finish the ocean and all of the sails on the ship by the end of September if I focus on it doing this. So I'll be doing more work on those sails. And then for W, where did I put mine? No. Yeah. For W, I'll go back here and put the wreaths, work on the wreaths on the barn. I'm not claiming that I can finish the whole barn in one sitting or all the wreaths in one sitting. However, when I get to that day, I don't just put in an hour or 100 stitches. I work my whole, whatever time I have that evening, I'll do the whole time on one thing. So I might be able to block to finish the barn in one, and I might be able to finish the wreaths in one. And then for X, I'll just pick wherever I've been working, what I want to continue working on. Did I say the C? Yeah, I don't think I mentioned the C. I'm doing the compass on here for C. So it's over here. I'm going to work on that. So whatever is unfinished, I'm using the X for this being a truly excellent design. And we'll go back and pick up something on Shores of Hawk Run Hollow that I haven't finished yet. So that's that one. And then next up will be the Jingle Bell Cafe by Priscilla Blaine, and this house Real Housewives of Cross Stitch. And this is all I've done on this. And to be honest, I'm not sure how I want to continue with this. What I have on the chart is to do, for the letter G, to work on, let me get it out so that I can really talk about it. So this is what it looks like here. Here. But I have a whole bunch of Priscilla's gingerbread houses and gingerbread people and ginger. She's done a lot of things with gingerbread over the last couple of years. I have a lot of them, and I don't shop at the store where they buy the metal flower container that everybody's putting this on, and for which this was designed down here. I bought instead on Amazon a bread box, and it's bigger than the flower container. It's wider. So I got started on this. I'm using 18 count or 16 or 18 count Aida black, and I might decide, I might just start it over. I'm on the wrong side of the fabric. I might start it over and get out those other gingerbreads and make it fit the bread box. Make something that will fit that way. I was thinking about just doing this one and putting it on one side and then doing a couple of little ones on the other side. But I'm going to go take a look at it and see, you know, if I can do some more. For example, looking at this, I could actually just keep copying these little reindeer and run them all the way across the bottom so that I have more of them. I don't know, I'm thinking, you know, put this in the middle and then add some little stuff around the edges to make it fit the bread box. So for what I have right now, I want to start the gingerbread boy for G on this, and then for Z, I'm going to do, let's see, wait, I had the gingerbread. For J, I'm doing Jingle Bell Cafe, the Jingle Bell Cafe, so I'm just working on the letters, with J being the title of the chart. And then for Z, I'm going to start Santa, and I just put Z, 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 like the traditional for snoring. And I'll do that for Z because Santa comes when we're asleep. So that's those three. For I, O, and P, this will be a new start for me. I just found it on Etsy. It's by I don't know. Let me see if there's something on the inside. Sorry, there's no designer name on here. I'm gonna sneeze. No designer's name. Wow, hope I can find out. Right, this is a chart of the Channel Islands, which is where I go whale watching, is in the Santa Barbara Channel, which is the channel that runs between the Channel Islands, Anacapa, Santa Cruz, Santa Rosa, San Miguel. If you go further down south on these islands, you get to Catalina and Santa Barbara Island, or Santa Barbara and then Catalina. And I am, the decor in this family room is switching over from, originally it was farmhouse. It had a big entertainment center in there, and now I'm switching it. I moved the entertainment center to another room, and I'm switching this, it's a big room, I'm switching it over to a Channel Islands, California theme. My front room is a Sierra Mountains, California theme, and this one is going to be Channel Islands. So I want to do this for in there, and I haven't started it yet. I have everything I need, but I haven't stitched it. So for I, in Islands, I will be just getting started on it somewhere. I use it again for O. I'm going to start the ocean, or do the work on the ocean here. So I may start in the ocean for I and then continue the ocean for O. And then for P, I'm going to do one of these pelicans, which are my favorite bird in the channel, are the pelicans. And where does that take us? So I've done all of those and all of those. So we're up to T. For turkey. I have to say, I have to tell a tale on myself. Feel free to laugh at me, because I'm laughing at me, sort of. I found this pattern, this chart. It was put up slightly before Expo, so I don't think it was an Expo chart, and fell in love with it. Went to Joanne 2 days ago and had an opportunity. I said, oh, while I'm at Joanne, I should get the floss for that chart. So I looked it up. I did not have the chart with me, so I looked it up on my phone, found the picture of the chart, and kept scrolling down until I could find a floss list, and I didn't look carefully at what I was doing. But I bought the floss. It has some fairly large pieces in it. So I thought I was going to need, possibly could use more than one skein of some of the colors. So this is what I bought. I bought all of this floss, plus this color they didn't have in DMC, so I bought it in Anchor. And this color they didn't have in DMC, so I bought it in Anchor. Got it all home. Got out the chart and said, wait a minute. This chart has the color turquoise in it, and I didn't buy any turquoise floss. What did I just do? Pulled up on the phone again with the floss I'd bought, and I never noticed that between the chart I wanted that was on order sitting at my house, between the chart I bought and all that floss that was listed, there was another little chart in there. This chart that I bought did not have a floss list on the phone. I skipped over the little tiny chart and bought all of the floss for a different chart. Turns out I like the chart, so I ordered it when I got home. It was on sale for $6, and so it'll get here, and now it'll be partially kitted already. The one that I thought I was buying and did not is this one. It's an Imaginating Design. Copyright, does it have a copyright on it? It just says, in violation of copyright if you... Doesn't say. Design is by Diane Arthurs, and I have been just falling in love with her work. But this was the first time I'd seen it on the Annabella's site. And there is just something about this bird that just caught my imagination. I guess that's why they call it Imaginating. And then I have been known to quilt, and so this little quilted pumpkin also I thought was delightful. So yesterday I went back and bought the rest of the floss for this. I'm going to do it on a Fiddler Aida. You can see there's a little bit of modeling variegation in the color, little speckles. I thought that would be appropriate for it. Fiddler is one of my favorite ever fabrics to use anyway. And then I had in the mail yesterday was my Tokyo Kawaii Club shipment, and it included this little Chip and Dale bag. And then these are the colors. So, yeah, that looks more like this to me. These are the colors for this. So I'm all set, and I think, as I recall, I only work on it one day, and that's to do the T for turkey. So I will get started on it. Happy Harvest Turkey for the letter T. And of course, it had to go in my Creative Carol with a K. It had to go in that bag with the turkey. And then that's it. That would complete the chart, or those pieces. I am in awe of the people who are picking a different project for every block, and that may have been the intention. But over the last few years of doing these with Carolyn Zook, I know that she's, as long as you're having fun, she's okay with you. So I'm not, as I said, I'm not competing for a prize or anything. I just want the prompts to give me a little bit of push to mix things up a little bit. So that's it. All I wanted to share today. Oh no. Did I? Yes. I'll show you a couple other things that I've been working on since I have your attention. I was going to include Shore of Freedom on the magazine monthly, but instead decided just to do Shores of Hawker Hollow, but I will be working this in here and there. I'm doing Shore of Freedom with Just Keep Stitching with Pam Schaffner, and I finished the border on this. I changed out, I'm using, the color is called Timeless Gray by Vintage Needle Arts. It's an Aida, and I love it. It's so pretty. I don't know that it shows up properly here. And then I'm using several, like the reds and the blues. I'll be using not the called for DMC. They're a little too primmy for me. I like more color saturation, and especially on Patriotic Piece, I want it to look really red, really blue. So I switched out Victorian Motto Shop on Etsy, some of their variegateds, because I love their variegations are so subtle that you can be stitching along, you don't get a stripe, you get a dance with theirs. And so they helped me pick out some really good reds. There's so many, it's such a big piece, it surprised me how big it was. Let's put it up next to my head. It's as big as my head, bigger than my head. So I don't have a big head. I don't think I have a big head. I'll show you what it looks like if you haven't seen it. Shore of Freedom has lots of things I love in it. Mermaids, whales, lighthouses, hot air balloons. I have been in a hot air balloon. So even has a killer whale in there. The ship, the tall ship with the sails, all of those things. See, here are the Victorian motto that I chose to work, the lighthouse and the stripe on the balloon. I didn't have enough of the one in the border, so I had to ask them to find me a match. But they just dance. They sing and dance to me. So yeah, I'm working on that one. And the other one that was in here, it's not going to be probably not going to be part of September, but it was in this turkey bag. was another one that I bought recently, Shine On Harvest Moon by Calico Confectionery. I'm just going to do the center. I'm not going to do all the alphabets. And I'm trying to figure out the best fabric for it. I would love to use this green, but when I pull the flosses, there just are a few of them that blend in too much with the green. So I might do a little work and see where they are and see if I can change them out for something else. And if I can't, I did just get this from, it's a Fortnite fabric from Crazy Annie's. And I might use it. It's a gray, it's got some blue in there. It's called Batty. And I think everything would show up okay on this, so I might just, and it's a little bit Halloween-y looking, so I don't know what the name of this series was, but they're all euphemisms for crazy. And so, yeah, see, that gray may not even, well, it shows up pretty well in the camera, so it might work. I might have to get a start on it. Okay, so I'm going to get on with my happy day and get myself set up in front of that little air conditioner and do some stitching. So I hope that you're having a happy day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.